Hey everyone, welcome to the Coding Monk. It's been since long that I uploaded a video and I'm back with the new video series. So in this video, we'll be learning about how you can deploy ERC404 standard very quickly, right? So before going into how you can deploy ERC404, I can get you some information about what is ERC404, right? So ERC404 is basically a experimental standard, which is you can say hybrid standard. It contains properties of ERC20 as well as ERC721. So your ERC20 tokens are tied together with the ERC721 NFTs. So if you transfer ERC20 tokens, your NFT will be automatically gets transferred to someone else or to the person who you are sending ERC20 to, right? So this standard is basically uh, invented, or you can say came into picture after Pendora launched their ERC404 contract, and it got so popular that sorry, so it got so popular that their token price went from $250 to $30,000. So that's crazy, right? So this is the standard. It's a very experimental standard, but we can say it's a very hype standard these days, right? And people want to deploy ERC404, and people want to launch their ERC404 project. So I thought of like let's create a very simple kind of project around it, and I created a very standard boilerplate which contains all the code you need to deploy ERC404. You just need to type few commands to deploy the ERC404 standard on the blockchain, whichever blockchain you want, I can say, and it will be deployed in just few minutes. You don't need to worry about setting up whole code repository, or you need to taste all the things. You just tweak around whatever configuration you want to do, right? And that's what we are going to see in this video. So let me tell you about this repository. It's under my profile here on it. You will be able to find ERC404 repository, and you can clone this repository in your local. So let me open this repository, and it contains all the code related to ERC404 standard, right? And I've provided extensive documentation here as well that how you can deploy all the things. Before going into it, I can quickly show you what I've done in my contract. So I have basically extended this ERC404 standard, and I'm creating my ERC404 smart contract, or you can say collection, using the smart contract. I've given it name my ERC404, and it has 10,000 number of NFTs, or you can say it has like total supply of 10,000 ERC20 or ERC721 NFTs. I'm setting data URI. This is basically a URI of where your data or where your NFT metadata is being held. So now there are two things into 404 contract. Is one is a setting the data URI, and one is the token URI, right? So if you set token URI to IPFS or anything, you don't need to do all these things. So in Pandora contract, what they have done is they have just kept six kind of NFTs, and based on your token ID, it will be dynamically allocated. Even whenever you are transferring your NFT to someone else, your NFT metadata will be updated because it's not freezed on the IPFS. It's into the contract logic. And so based on the ID, it will be dynamically decided that which image you will get. So for that, we have data URI. This is the base URI where these four or six or whatever number of image you want to put is light. So currently that I'm going to set to the GitHub URI like Pendora did. And if you don't want to do that, but if you want to freeze your metadata on IPFS, then you can set base set token URI function. Call this set token URI function with your IPFS base, and your token will have basically freezed metadata. So that's how you can change basically whatever the implementation style you want. I'm going to keep this Pandora style as of now. And now let's quickly get into deploying the 404 contract. For that, you will need certain things. So one is with which private key you want to deploy this contract, right? So here you'll need to enter your private key. If you want to deploy on mainnet or Sepolia, Polygon, Mumbai, you'll need to add Alchemy API keys, because I have configured my hardhat config like that you can deploy on various networks. You just need to provide just network ID whenever you are trying to deploy, right? So you can easily get this Alchemy API key from the Alchemy website. It's for free. If you want to verify your contract on the Etherscan or Polyscan, you will need Etherscan API key as well. And on the deploy network, you can just specify on which network you want to deploy. So I'm just keeping it here as sepolia. And this is the base URI or data URI, you can say, which my images are being stored. So this is my GitHub repo only. So this can be anything. It can be your S3 server, or it can be your backend server, or wherever your static assets are being held. Okay. So if I want to deploy my contract, I have very simple few commands, or I have already created task in my hardhat repo. So to deploy the ERC404 contract, after all the modification you have done, you can use this command for sepolia or mainnet. And first you will need to do is you'll need to clean your project, hardhat project. If you are doing changes into your smart contract, then you will also need to compile your project once. So my contract is already compiled. So once compilation is done, you can simply copy this command. This is basically a hardhat task to deploy the smart contract. So I'm running this command. It might take like a half a minute. This is basically interesting standard. People are very crazy about it this day, and they want to basically start new projects, and they want to make $1 million out of it, right? It's a very popular thing. So basically, you can, maybe if your project is get successful, then you can actually get $1 million out of this project. So my contract is now deployed. If I go to Etherscan on the polygon on the sepolia, I will be able to see my contract is deployed 28 seconds ago. My contract is already verified here because I have already deployed the same contract, same bytecode on the network. So it's already verified, but I also created a task for this. So if you want to verify your contract onto Etherscan, then you can simply run npx hardhat verify my ERC404 network sepolia, and you will be able to verify this contract. So as you can see, is giving a message that this contract has already been verified on Etherscan, because this contract spy code is already verified on Etherscan before. That's why you don't need to verify anymore. And after deploying your contract, you can either export your ABI keys, or even if you're just compile, you can export your ABI keys. You'll need to whitelist your owner, you can say, contract address, if you want to save some gas fees whenever you want to transfer the your ERC20 token, because whenever you deploy your contract, all the ERC20 tokens is owned by the deployer. And if I want to transfer, then I will need to call the transfer function. And if you are whitelisted into this contract, then you will not be charged extra gas fee, because whenever transfer is being happen, some tokens are being burned from your account. NFTs are being burned from your account. As this is the first transaction, NFTs are not being minted, right? It's just in form of ERC20 token. When I transfer to someone else, it will be minted. So I can put this function, or I can call this whitelist function, and my deployer address will be whitelisted. I'll also set data URI to this my ERC404 contract. And yeah, that's it. It's done. Now we can transfer this token, ERC404 token, to anyone we want. So if you go to contract, we should have 3 transactions. It will be here in a while because its indexing is in progress. So now let's transfer the tokens. So if I want to transfer the token, I will need to go to the right contract. If we want to check various properties or data into the smart contract, we can go here. So this is my data URI, which we set and I have all other method as well. If I want to check that my address is whitelisted or not, I can call that method. I can see total supply. I can see I can see how many decimals are there for the ERC20 token. And now I will be calling the transfer function. So let me send this token to this address, and I need to write 18 decimals. I want to just transfer one token, so I added 18 decimal after one, and I will be connecting my deploy account with the Etherscan. It's connected, and I want to transfer one token to this address. So let me call this function transfer function, and yeah, transaction is initiated. Now let me show you the previous transaction we have done. So as you can see, we have set whitelist of our address. We have called data set data URI function on this contract. And if I go to my OpenSea account, these are the previous tokens. Now let me, if I refresh this page, I'll be seeing my token which got transferred. Yeah, so this here, ERC404 token number one, this got transferred to my account and it's minted on chain. So this is my contract address. I just want to verify that this is the newly deployed contract address. Yeah, it is. And yeah, so basically you have created your ERC404 project in just 5 minutes. So this is it. I will be putting more videos about new ERC standards, Bitcoin ordinals, Bitcoin rules. So feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know what you think about ERC404 in comments. Thank you.